You know that feeling, right? You decide to completely overhaul your life, and then a week later, you're totally burnt out. We've all been there. But what if the biggest transformations don't come from these huge, dramatic changes? Today, we're diving into a totally different approach, the incredible power of tiny, almost unnoticeable habits that, believe me, can build the foundation for a whole new you.
And this quote, it just nails it, doesn't it? It's not about finding some magic bullet or an overnight fix. It's about understanding that the person you want to become is built one small, consistent action at a time. It's kind of like a quiet revolution.
And that's the core concept right there, a quiet transformation. This isn't about loud, flashy announcements or some big success story that happens overnight. Now, this is about the subtle, compounding effect of just doing the right little things day in and day out until they create this unstoppable momentum.
We've all done it. We decide, okay, starting tomorrow, I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m., hit the gym for 2 hours, read a book a week, and meditate for 30 minutes. But that's just a recipe for failure because it's way too much, way too soon. The motivation fizzles out, and we're left feeling even worse than when we started. So the whole philosophy here is to flip that script. Instead of trying to leap across a giant canyon, you build a bridge, one single plank at a time. Each tiny habit is one of those planks. It might not look like much by itself, but you keep laying them down, and over time they build on each other to create massive, lasting change. So let's get practical and start with the most important part of the day. Because let's be real, if you can win the morning, you pretty much set the tone for everything else that follows. Now, what's so great about this is how simple it is. We're not talking about some crazy 4 a.m. workout, just 30 extra minutes to breathe. Then, a glass of water to wake up your brain. And then, making your bed. This is huge. It's not about being neat, it's a psychological trick. It's your first completed task of the day, a tiny win that signals to your brain, hey, I'm in control, and that creates this little ripple effect of accomplishment. And finally, planning the night before, that just gets rid of the guesswork, so you wake up knowing exactly what you need to do. And this just brilliantly sums up why those small morning actions are so powerful. It's not about being productive just for the sake of it. It's about taking back control from all the chaos and starting your day with actual intention. All right, so you've set the stage with a strong morning. The next step is to cultivate your inner world. These next few habits are all about building mental clarity, resilience, and a positive focus. Every single one of these is a small investment with huge returns. Reading just 10 pages is like downloading years of wisdom in a few minutes. 5 minutes of meditation can silence hours of mental noise. Writing down one thing you're grateful for that literally starts to rewire your brain to look for the good stuff. And writing down your biggest goal every single day, it keeps it front and center, turning it from a someday dream into an active pursuit. And get this, that tiny habit of reading just 10 pages a day, which, takes maybe 15 minutes? That adds up to over 3,600 pages a year. Do you know what that is? That's about 15 average-sized books, all from a habit that seems almost too small to even matter. That right there is the power of compounding in action. Okay, so we've mastered the morning, we've sharpened the mind, now let's talk about execution. Those small habits that help you crush procrastination, stay focused, and actually get things done. This one is an absolute game changer. Seriously, answering that email, putting that one dish in the dishwasher, sending that quick text, if it takes less than 2 minutes, just do it, right then. This simple rule stops all those tiny tasks from piling up and turning into this giant, overwhelming monster of stress. These other habits are all about building on that same idea of momentum. 3 small, achievable goals feel so much less daunting than a huge to-do list. Using a timer for work actually trains your brain to focus. Systematically cutting out digital distractions helps you reclaim your most valuable asset, your attention. And decluttering just one small thing creates a little bit of external order that, you'll find, translates directly to internal clarity. But here's the thing. None of this works if you're running on empty. So this last set of habits is all about fueling your physical, mental, and emotional well-being, because that's the engine that drives everything else. And again, just notice how simple and doable these are. No extreme diets, no expensive gym memberships, just a quick stretch to reset your body, 10 minutes of fresh air to clear your head, eating just one more vegetable, and giving your brain a break from that blue light before bed. These tiny things can dramatically improve your energy, your mood, and your sleep. And really, the crucial idea behind all of these habits is this: adopting a progress mindset instead of a perfection mindset. The goal isn't to be flawless.
It's just to be 1% better today than you were yesterday. This is what keeps you going when you don't feel motivated, because you're celebrating the small wins along the way instead of beating yourself up. And that mindset extends to protecting your peace, too. Learning to say no is a habit that sets boundaries and protects your energy. Unfollowing negative accounts on social media is like weeding a garden. It makes space for good things to grow. Limiting the news replaces panic with peace. And taking 5 deep breaths, that's like having a secret reset button for stress that you can use anytime, anywhere. Okay, we've just covered a lot, 30 habits. And I get it, that can feel like a lot, which is the exact opposite of the point. So let's bring it all back home to the single most important step. This is the million-dollar question, right? After seeing all these possibilities, how do you actually start without falling right back into that old trap of trying to do everything all at once? And here's the answer. You don't. You absolutely don't. The goal was never to adopt this entire list overnight. Trying to do that would be setting yourself up to fail all over again. That's the old way of thinking.
You just need to pick one. That's it. The easiest one. The one that feels almost too simple to even work. Maybe it's just drinking that glass of water when you wake up. Maybe it's making your bed. Master that one little thing until it's second nature. That's how you really start.
This quote really says it all. One small win today builds the confidence for a slightly bigger win tomorrow. That confidence creates momentum, and momentum is the force that carries you through the hard days. It's what quietly, slowly, transforms who you are over time.
So that's the real takeaway here. It's not about trying to rebuild your entire life by morning. It's about rebuilding your day, one tiny habit at a time. So I'll leave you with this question to really think about. What is the one, tiny, almost insignificant habit that you can commit to starting right now,